Hi dear students, now we shall discuss fifth question. D, comma E and F are respectively the midpoints of sides AB, BC and CA of triangle ABC. Find the ratio of area of triangle DEF and triangle ABC. So let us take first triangle ABC. So this is the triangle ABC. In this one, D is the midpoint of AB, D is the midpoint of AB, then E is the midpoint of BC, then F is the midpoint of CA, F is the midpoint of CA. Now let us join these midpoints. Okay, let us join these midpoints with the dotted lines. I'll join. Okay, we got a triangle DEF. Now here, one concept you know what is that? In parallelogram, diagonals bisect with each other and each diagonal divided into two congruent triangles. So this is one congruent triangle, this is another congruent triangle. We know this. Okay. If two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding sides are equal or corresponding angles are equal. Then can I say that those area is equal by apply Aaron's formula? If corresponding sides are equal, then automatically we will get the area of these two congruent triangles are equal. Okay. So if two triangles are congruent, then their area are equal. So this is already we know that this concept. I will use this concept here. Now I am going to prove that AFED. This as a parallelogram first. Okay. So AFED is a parallelogram. I am going to prove. So they said that D and F are the midpoints of AB and AC. Now this DF is parallel to BC. DF is parallel to BC, and this DF is equal to 1 divided by BC. That is by midpoint theorem. Okay. By midpoint theorem, you know this theorem also. By midpoint theorem, what I can write? DF is parallel to BC. DF is parallel to BC, and this DF is equals to what? 1 by 2 into BC. 1 by 2 BC. Okay. Now, this DF parallel to BC, can I say this DF? Or this implies DF parallel to, instead of BC, I will write only EC. Okay. This DF is parallel to BC. Then DF parallel to BC. Then automatically I can write DF is parallel to EC. DF is parallel to EC. Now similarly, I am going to prove what? I proved that DF is parallel to EC. Then I have to prove CF is parallel to D. I have to prove it now. Okay. How I can prove it? Let us take this D is parallel to AC. So in this now, what is that? D is parallel to AC. D is parallel to AC. By midpoint theorem only I am writing. Okay. And D is equal to what? DE is equals to 1 by 2 into base. That is what? AC here. So this is AC. This D is parallel to AC. D is parallel to AC. And now this D is equal to 1 by 2 into AC. This is by midpoint theorem. Okay. This is by midpoint theorem. Now this D parallel to AC, can I write this D is parallel to CF? D is parallel to, this implies D is also parallel to CF. D is parallel to CF. Now you observe these two. DF is parallel to EC. DF is parallel to EC. Then this D is parallel to CF. D is parallel to CF. Now DF is equal to 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into BC. Now this DF can be written as, now 1 by 2 into BC, 1 is here, 1 by 2 into BC. So E is the midpoint of BC, then EC is equal to B. 1 by 2 into BC is nothing but what? EC I can write. Can I write? 1 by 2 into BC. So B is equal to EC because E is the midpoint. They given it. E is the midpoint of BC. B is equal to EC. Now here 1 by 2 into BC. You can write EC or B. Now here for this quadrilateral I am going to prove this quadrilateral as what? Parallelogram. That's why 1 by 2 BC I can take it as what? EC. Similarly, now I come here. DE is equals to 1 by 2 into AC. So DE is equal to 1 by 2 into AC. Again F is the midpoint of A and C. Then AF is equal to FC I can write. So 1 by 2 AC is nothing but what? CF or AF. So now here I will write CF. Here I will write what? CF. Okay. Now DF equal to EC. This I will take equation number 1 and this I will take as equation number 2. Now DF equal to EC. DF is equal to EC. DF is parallel to EC. DF is parallel to EC. Next, DE parallel to CF. DE parallel to CF. DE is equal to CF. This DE is equal to CF. Now from these two equations, from 1 and 2, what I can say? From equation number 1 and 2. Which is that DECF. DECF is a what? Parallelogram. Because the opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal and they are parallel. Parallelogram. Okay. I proved that DECF is a parallelogram. Now since it is a parallelogram, what I know? Each diagonal of parallelogram divides into two congruent triangles. If two triangles are congruent, then by Aron's formula, the areas of two congruent triangles are equal. Now, this implies EF is a diagonal divides two congruent triangles. This implies the diagonal EF divides two congruent triangles. Two congruent triangles. Therefore, area of triangle DEF is equals to area of triangle ECF. Area of triangle ECF. Okay. We proved that. So this triangle area and this triangle area, they are equal. Similarly, I can prove that these two areas are equal. Similarly, okay, directly I will write. Similarly, area of triangle BED. Area of triangle DEF is equal to area of triangle BED. Okay. Now again, area of this triangle AFD is equal to area of triangle DF. So area of triangle DEF is equals to area of triangle ADF. Okay. What I proved here? So these two areas are equal. Then these two areas are equal. Then these two areas are equal. Now to prove these two areas are equal, first I am going to prove this as a parallelogram. Okay. So we know the property of parallelogram. What is that? Opposite sides are parallel and they must be equal. We have to prove that condition. So I proved it here. How I proved? By midpoint theorem. DF is parallel to BC. Now this DF is equal to what? 1 by 2 into BC. This is by midpoint theorem I can write it. Now if DF is parallel to BC, then automatically that DF is parallel to EC I can write. Okay. Now here DF is equal to 1 by 2 BC. Since E is the midpoint of BC, B is equal to EC. Means 1 by 2 BC is nothing but what? You can write EC or BE. Here I have taken only EC because I want this as a parallelogram. Okay, EC I have taken. This as equation number 1. Similarly, now another one, D is parallel to AC. D is parallel to AC. By midpoint theorem only. And this D is equal to what? 1 by 2 into AC. Again say, D parallel to AC, it is nothing but what? This D is parallel to CF I can take. Okay? Or you can take AF also, but I want CF only. CF. And this D is equals to what? CF. From equation number 1 and 2, we got the opposite sides are equal and they are parallel. So that is the property of parallelogram only. Therefore, this DECF is a parallelogram. Then, if it is a parallelogram, each diagonal of a parallelogram divide into two congruent triangles. If two triangles are congruent, by Arons formula I can say that the area of two congruent triangles are equal. It means, so area of triangle DEF is equal to area of triangle ECF. These two areas are equal. Now similarly I can say that area of these two triangles are equal and areas of these two triangles are equal. Now let us take area of triangle ABC. So pause the video. First you copy this. Now area of triangle ABC. Now area of triangle ABC is equals to, what I can write here? Area of triangle. So this ABC can be written as area of triangle ADF plus area of triangle DEF plus area of triangle DEB plus area of triangle ECF I can write. Okay. So this is area of triangle ADF plus area of triangle CFE or CEF plus area of triangle EDB or EBD plus area of triangle which is that the last one DEF, it is DEF. Okay. Now so this is area of triangle ABC is equal to area of ADF. In place of ADF, what I can write? Area of triangle ADF, I can write DEF only. Then now, area of CF. Area of CF can be written as what? CF can be written as DF again. Now area of EBD. Area of EBD is nothing but what? Again DF. Then the last one is also DF. How many areas? 4 areas of DF. So it means 4 into area of triangle DEF. Okay, because plus are there. So sum of all these 4 areas. These 3 areas are DF only plus 1. So that is more into area of DEF. But here what I want? Ratio of triangle DF and ABC means in the numerator DF must be there. Denominator ABC must be there. So DF I'll keep this as it is. Right side, I'll take this 4 to the left side and this goes to the right side. So that is area of triangle DEF divided by area of triangle ABC. So this is equals to what? 1 divided by 4. Okay. They ask you to find this area, not ABC by DF. They ask you to find what? DF divided by ABC. Okay. This is how we can prove it. So we can prove this by number of ways also. Okay. Next, 6th question. Prove that the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding medians. Okay. We know that corresponding sides, ratio of the squares of corresponding sides we know. Okay. So that is the theorem we proved. But here they said you medians. Okay. Let us take first two similar triangles. This is the triangle ABC. ABC. The median of this triangle, I'll take here AM. I'll take the median. Now I'll take another triangle PQR. This is the triangle PQR. For this triangle, I will take the median as PN. I will take median. Okay. Now given that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, the given triangle ABC similar to triangle PQR. Okay. This is given condition. We know that if two triangles are similar, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. That I can write. So this implies AB divided by PQ, BC divided by QR, AC divided by PR. Okay, this is I'll take equation number 1. Now, so I have to prove that the area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle PQR is equal to AM square divided by AM square divided by PN square. It means what? AM divided by PN whole square. AM divided by PN whole square I have to prove. Now in this case, I will take two triangles ABM and PQN. So since these two triangles are similar, their corresponding angles are also equal. It means angle B is equals to angle Q. Angle B is equals to angle Q. Now let us take these two triangles. In triangle ABM and another triangle PQN. Now in these two triangles, this angle and this angle both are equal. That is angle B is equals to angle Q. Already we proved here. And now, since these are the medians, AM and PN are the medians, this BM is equal to MC. M is the midpoint of BC. BM is equal to MC. And QN is equals to what? NR. QN is equals to NR. Now I got one condition here. To apply SAS, so these are also in the same ratio because already we proved here. AB divided by PQ, AB divided by PQ is equal to, this is equal to, I have to prove that BM divided by QN, BM divided by QN. How I can prove it? So here, let for this I'll take AB divided by PQ is equal to BC divided by QR. Okay, so I'll write it here. Now from equation number 1, AB divided by PQ is equals to BC by QR, BC divided by QR. Okay. Now this AB divided by PQ is equal to, now BC. In place of BC, can I write 2 into BM? Okay, because M is the midpoint. So median is nothing but it is M is the midpoint here. So this is 2 BM divided by QR. Again QR is nothing but 2 QN. Now AB divided by PQ is equal to BM divided by QN. Okay. I got two conditions in these two triangles. So yes, A, yes. By using SA similarity criterion, I can say that so these two triangles are similar. So therefore, triangle ABM similar to triangle. For the angle A, I must write P. For the angle B, that is QN. Okay, these two triangles are similar. Now this is why, because SAS similarity criterion, you write here SAS similarity criterion. Now these two triangles are similar, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. It means what? AB divided by PQ is equal to BM divided by QN is equal to AM divided by PM. This I'll take equation number 2, because if two triangles are similar, then their corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Now we can observe first and second. So from 1 and 2, what I can write? AB by PQ, here also AB by PQ. So therefore AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR is equal to AC by PR is equal to BM by QN and AM by PN I can write. Okay. So if these two are equal, AB divided by PQ is equals to BC divided by QR is equals to, I want this only, AM divided by PN. I'll write this, AM by PN. It's enough. AM divided by PN. Okay. This I'll take equation number 3. Okay. This is what? Equation number 3. Now, so already we proved that these two triangles are similar. These two triangles. Pause the video. Copy this first. ABM is similar to PQN. We know the concept. If two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their areas is equal to the square of their corresponding sides. So I will use that condition here. So that is area of. Now we have area of triangle ABM is equals to, area of triangle ABM divided by area of triangle PQN is equal to square of their corresponding sides. So here I will take one AB divided by PQ whole square. Okay, one side only I will take AB divided by PQ whole square. Now from equation number 3, what I can write? AB by PQ is nothing but AM by PN I can write. Therefore, area of triangle ABM divided by, I think I did mistake. No, I should not take this. I have to take ABC and PQR. ABC divided by PQR I want. So two similar triangles, those are ABC and PQR. So this I can write by using equation number 1. So they given that ABC triangle and PQ are similar. ABC and PQ are similar. So if these two triangles are similar, then ratio of their areas is equal to square of their corresponding sides. So from that condition I can write AB by PQ whole square. Okay. Don't take this. I don't want these two triangles. I want these triangles ABC and PQR I want. Okay. That's why by using a given condition I can write area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle PQR is equal to AB by PQ whole square. Now here by using equation number 3, so area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle PQR is equals to, in place of AB by PQ I can write AM divided by PN whole square. Okay. Hence I proved it. What I proved? Ratio of their corresponding medians areas of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of their corresponding medians. So the AM and PN are the medians. Okay. Hence we proved it. Next 7th question. Prove that area of equilateral triangle described on one side of square is equal to of the area of equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. So what is that? There was a square initially. There was one square. In this one, there is one equilateral triangle described on one of its one side of the square. So there is one equilateral triangle which is on one side of the square. Okay. Initially ABCD was a square. There is one equilateral triangle described on one side of the square. I have taken that side as AD. Now ABCD, I will take this as E. Okay. Next, is equal to half area of equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. So there was another one equilateral triangle. So that triangle is described on one of its diagonals. That is a diagonal of the square. So let us take so this BD as the diagonal of the square. Now we'll take another equilateral triangle. I'll take another equilateral triangle. So this has what? F. BDF. This is another equilateral triangle. Now what I have to prove? Area of equilateral triangle described on one side of the square is equal to half. Means area of triangle ADE is equal to 1 by 2 into area of equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. What I have to prove? Area of ADE is equal to 1 by 2 into area of BDF. I have to prove. Okay. You know already the formula. What is that? Area of equilateral triangle, that is root 3 by 4 into side square. Now here in this case, let side of square, I will take here as is A. I will take it as A, side of the square. Then what will be the side of triangle? This implies side of equilateral triangle. Side of triangle, I will write in triangular side of equilateral triangle ADE is equals to, that will be also become A. So this is equilateral triangle. AD is A, then automatically EA is A and ED is also A. Okay. Then what will be the side of that triangle BDF and side of triangle BDF. So this side of this triangle BDF will be the diagonal of the square. So diagonal of the square will be what? Root 2A. How we can get it? Apply Pythagoras theorem. This is A and this is A. Here is 90 degree. A square plus A square, that is 2A square. So BD square is equal to 2A square. Then so BD will be root 2A. So side of BD will be root 2A. Okay. How we can get this side? This side of the triangle, equilateral triangle BDF is the diagonal of the square ABCD. How we can find diagonals of the square? Apply Pythagoras theorem for the triangle BCD. You will get the diagonal BD, that is root 2A. So that is the side of the triangle BDF. Now area of triangle, equilateral triangle ADF is equals to so already we know the formula. What is that? Root 3 by 4 into side square. So what is the side of triangle ADF? That is A square. Okay. Next, area of triangle BDF, that is also root 3 by 4 into side square. Here side square is root 2A square. Okay. So this is root 3. Root 2 square is 2A square divided by 4. 2 ones are 2 twos are. That is root 3 by 2A square. So this is what? Area of triangle BDF. Now, so you observe these two. Area of triangle ADF divided by area of triangle BDF. You divide these two triangles. What you will get? So here root 3 by 4A square. Root 3 get cancelled. A square get cancelled. So 1 by 4 divided by 1 by 2. So now here I will get it as what? 1 divided by 2. Divide these two equations. Root 3 get cancelled. A square get cancelled. Numerator 1 by 4. Denominator 1 by 2. 2 goes to numerator. Denominator 4 will be there. So that I will get it as what? 1 by 2. So therefore area of triangle ADF is equals to 1 by 2 into area of triangle BDF. Okay, hence proved it. What I proved? Area of the triangle, equilateral triangle described on one side of a square is equal to half of the area of equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. Described on one of its diagonals. Okay, hence we proved it.